Hello guys, Frost here. So today we're looking into speedrunning the new accounts and how to level as fast as possible, and this is going to take around this should be like your first week or like 2 weeks. So first things first is you should be first checking your first summons and trying to pick your account, first one starting with at least one really good unit. Then when you decide on playing the account, you should be focusing on getting to 8-4, and this is really good because this is really efficient XP farm and really good early game on. This one gives more XP, but it gives you less fodder, so this is possibly even better than the last one early on. Again, if while doing it, the stages get harder progressively as you move on, and on chapter 5 you will start getting into trouble. When you get stuck, the idea what you want to do is upgrade your heroes. First is you're looking into promotions. Promotion give you talents, give you new skills, and that's the first focus that you should be doing on. And the next one would be the leveling. You try not to level as much until you reach 8-4, and max getting stuff to damage dealers to 5-star, and support and tanks to 4-star. Then there should be like a gear, and the most important thing about gear is the attack. So you for damage dealers you want as much attack as possible because the attack is the king. How the damage calculation goes is it first counts your attack to their defense. If you pass the threshold, then you can count attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, and everything else. But if your attack is not high enough, you're going to do 5% of your total damage that you would otherwise do to some other target with less defense. So the attack is really must first. Okay, so next one for the gear is for blue and purple gear. You try not to farm gear raids a lot. You try to buy the gear off of the merchant here, so Dwarf Association, and here you can find and buy the blue gear, and then you can get it. One of the best early on is the flat attack, and this is the best set that gives you plus attack when you get 2 pieces of it, and that is what you will need on almost all of your heroes. Later on you can get HP bonus for your tanks, and following onwards you can see what your gear you're gonna pick. The next thing that you're going are artifacts, and for artifacts you're trying to focus on again attack, so all your DPS should be having this one, and then for your tanks this one, and then for your healers should be this one with healing effect. For healers early on it's better to have attack only as well, but then later on healing effect can be a bit better. You shouldn't be upgrading these two, but Keen Wisdom should be upgraded to maximum, so keep all copies of it, never sell them, and upgrade them. They are really good. Okay, so next thing are skill ups. So skill ups first are just requiring you to spend dust on them, so you should be then upgrading them till only dust is required for some really good heroes early on, and then later on they will require you to have stones. Epic stones are pretty easy to get, so if you have good epics should spend them right away, but for the legendary ones they are pretty hard to get and you don't have enough of them, so try to be picky with them. So you can upgrade your really good heroes, but others maybe get a skill to some point where it's good enough and then stop upgrading him altogether. And the next power thing that we can do is awakening heroes. This is really good because it increases stats on our heroes, and sometimes even unlocks new possibilities that they can do, and they are really good. For example, This increases both things that his ultimate is doing, so slow and AoE damage at the same time, so it's not alternating between one of those two. So that's, for example, really good one. Or for example, Idril has, when she kills stuff, it increases the duration of the ultimate. So awakenings are really good and game changing for those heroes, so they unlock whole new world for them. So when we get to 8.4, we should be farming EXP until level 40, and in the process we should be getting our DPS to 6-star, few of them, and getting to 5-star tanks and support healers. And then you should be going up to level 40, because that's when you unlock Void Rift. And normal Void Rift on stage 2 gives you access to Oleg. So the big guy that we seen before. So he has really good shields. He doesn't require as much healing, and he should only focus on one stat primarily, so HP, and one of the best tanks. And the idea is to level up him and one more tank that hopefully would be like something like Baron, Isolde, or like the legendary tanks Regulus or Brokir. When you obtain Oleg in Void Rift, which is not super easy, then you should be pushing for gear rates. When you're pushing through stages, you should be inviting people here, and then when you're fighting in the stages, you should be using their units as assist unit, and they can help a lot clear and help you progress much faster. So you don't, if you use them, you're not going to get 3-star that you see here, but for most of them you don't need 3 stars early on. So you just need to farm like stage 10, but you don't care if 3-star is here and you cannot auto farm those. Like you can just auto farm stage 10 and then you're happy with it. So when we drop Void Rift, after we got Oleg, we should be farming gear rates. And gear rates we should be farming until we are getting red gear, and at that stage we should be getting epic, so we should be getting legendary and red gear from Volca as well. And Volca is really important to be focused on, because when you're doing Volca questline, the reward that it gives you is the gear that will have predetermined good stats. For example, as you can see here, they can be all over the place, the procs, how it goes when you level it up. But when you get Volca gear for quest rewards, they're all going to be epic. So that meaning those gears will be really good. An additional thing that you should be doing a lot is swapping that gear from one character to another, depending on the level that you're trying to push. So don't be afraid to do that. Swap gear a lot. How you can do it is you go to gear and then you go to swap and then swap with another hero. That's pretty easy. Otherwise you can go one by one, but that's a pretty easier way to do it. When you get red gear pieces, that is when you're able to upgrade your gear to stage 16 plus 16, and that's when the cost increases dramatically of gold for it. And when you get there, if you're unable to upgrade it to 16, at least the Volca gear, you should be popping your gold boost and trying to farm a lot of gold, and you should be farming enough gold so you have like 5 to 8 million gold. That will help you do weekly event, which is this one, and then it will give you a little push so you can reach stage 18 in gear rates, which is pretty good for farming gear, or as far as possible, so you get as more red gear as possible, because If you go to stage 17, you're able to get some yellow gear, but a lot less than like stage 14 or 12 or 11. And you should focus on gear rate depending on a hero that you have. So if you have a really good mage, you should be focusing on gear rate 1 and 2. And if you have really good marksmen, you should be focusing on gear rate 3. And then when you reach stage 18 and then following with 19, 20, 21, at that point you should be really picky with your gear that you're having, and you should be selling most of it. So that's an annoying thing, I know, but at the beginning you just need a main stat, which is attack percent, crit damage percent, crit rate, and attack speed. Everything else should be sold. For the DPS, of course. For tanks, you need defense and HP. And then for the afterwards, you will be looking substats, but then you want one good substat, then 2, then 3, and then whole 4. When you get ancient pieces, they have a lot more chance to proc really good. But for the regular pieces, they are more often than not trashy, so like this, so nothing good. Like you can even just like sell it, whatever. But at the beginning, this is one of my first pieces that I upgraded. I mean, shouldn't have, but you know, I went for it. I was new and I didn't know what to do, so I upgraded to 13, and this is flat HP. I mean, we'll talk about gear in future videos as well. So yeah, should be skipping upgrading to 13 piece this bad. And then when you reach the maximum of gear raids that you can do in first week, that's when like the last day, the Void Rift resets on the end of the Sunday. So Sunday to Monday, that's when the reset is. So Sunday you would be trying to push Void Rift as much as possible, and basically that's your first week into Watcher of Realms. So you try to push campaign 8-4. Then you should be pushing gear rates as much as possible. Of course, pushing promotes when you need them. Then pushing gear rates. After gear rates, you should be doing gold runs, so you get enough gold to upgrade your gear. And after gold runs, you should be going to gear raid again, daily doing Tide, guild boss, faction trials, and everything else, focusing on the Volca questline. That's the most important thing. And of course, having fun. Don't forget to do that. A lot of people forget it. We still play this because we want to have some fun. And in next videos, I'll go more into detail of each of those and how can you focus on them. So this is roughly what you should be doing and how to move on forward. In the end, when we catch them all, we still need to play the game, so please keep some red crystals for stamina. Don't spend all on summoning. Cheers guys, bye bye.